Get ready, get set, because it's time to go with the It's 420 Somewhere podcast. With your host with the most, the man voted most likely to smoke out with a Yeti, Mr. Brian Brown. Mr. Brian Brown. Now sit back and relax, because it's time to go live across the world. Because it's 420 Somewhere.
What's up? What's up? What is happening, guys? How's everyone doing on this, True Crime Thursday? That is right, guys. How's everyone doing? I'm your host, Brian Brown, and welcome to It's 420 Somewhere podcast. That's right. No matter where, when, how, who, what you're watching this on, no matter what it is, guys, it's 420 Somewhere. That's right. And we bring to you all the craziness, guys. We count down every day to 420, Monday through Friday. Like it says, it can be 420. It's got to be 420 somewhere, guys. You can watch this whenever, however, and whenever you want. That is right, guys. We count down to 420 every day, Monday through Friday. Check the replay if you missed the live. And we get into a whole mess of trouble in the meantime, guys. We do giveaways. We do True Crime Thursday like today. Tomorrow's Fantastic Friday. We do Movie Monday. We do, Paranormal Thursday, which was great this week, guys. Weed Wednesday yesterday was phenomenal. You guys check out all those replays, and oh, man, you're missing out if you're not tuning into these daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly till the dumb motherfuckers see clearly. That's right. That we're down with the capital Daily Dank, guys. Still in some Ice Cube rhymes there. Oh, how's everyone doing? Oh, man, we got a good one for you today, guys. We got a great one. We are looking in. It's True Crime Thursday. And we are getting into Slenderman. That's right. You guys would be like, wait a minute, wouldn't that be a little more Paranormal Tuesday-ish, you say? And I'm like, yeah, normally the Slenderman would be a Paranormal Tuesday case, guys. But in this, there's actually a true crime case involved with the Slenderman. It's a stabbing. Young girls stabbing each other out in the woods like a freaking bunch of prisoners out there in the yard, getting it on like it's some kind of war. Crazy, crazy. It's a true crime story, and I'm trying to pick these ones out that don't really involve a lot of death. Like we did the Gabby Petito case one time, and when you're stoned, there's some things you don't want to tackle. So I'm trying to keep it more upbeat, but with the true crime vibe, and that's what this one is, guys. Everyone walks away, thank God. But it's a very, very fascinating case, and like I said, it's a very, very good one to kick back, smoke a big one too, and just be like, whoa, wait a minute, what's going on? What happened? That's what this case is. That's what I'm trying to bring more of these type of true crime cases to you guys, and not the bummer ones. Oh man, that Gabby Petito one was rough. Was rough. All right. All right, guys. We also do the top 5 at 420, and today, guys, we haven't done pets in a while. We did all the New Year's and all the Christmas stuff. That was pretty much the whole month of December. It was all Christmas and that kind of related. We're going back to basic, guys. We are getting with men versus pets, or mankind versus pets. Women, men, boys, girls, you name it. They're going up against pets on this one. Oh, man. Very, very crazy, guys. Check these out. You're going to like this one, man. Can't go wrong with animals. We all love animals, guys. Here we go. That's right, guys. Top 5 420 brought to you by the Healing Center. Save some green on some green, guys. They dropped all sorts of deals. Head on down there, 1400 Needles Highway, Needles, California.
Maybe I was surprised, right? The one thing
What is there? Is that like a buffalo or something? What is that? Oh, it's a giant pig. He just got thrown in the mud. Like, and the dog is like, what happened, dude? Oh, I almost want to watch that one again. Oh, my God. All right. Oh. Oh. Boy. Hey, you don't want to give me no milk? I'm going to take some. All right, number 3, guys. All right. You've heard of the crazy cat woman. This is the crazy cat man. Oh, my God. You know you got issues, man, when you're a freaking animal. Oh, my God. That's what he deals with every day, guys. Oh, my God. All right, number 2. Sometimes you just want a delicious treat, you know? You got some little cake bread here. What is this? Little lava bread? Oh! And the cat says, no, that is mine. Bam! All right, number 1, guys. Oh, shit! I love the freaking, the leeway on this. Watch this, like, it takes off and he has a few seconds in between, like, he could brace himself and then all of a sudden, BAM! That was awesome. All right, that was your top 5 of 420, guys. Brought to you by the Healing Center, 1400 Needles Highway, Needles, California. Oh! The dog wanted to see some chi-chis. I want to know what's going on that the dog is doing that. We got a guy running, and we got a dog coming around the other side, and bam! Oh my God! Oh my God! That was like a linebacker. We've seen this one before, but I love it so much. Whoa! All right, guys, those were your bonus rounds brought to you by the Healing Center. Oh, Oh, those are so good, guys. All right, guys, I need you to get out. Oh, I need you to get out those dab breaks, get out those pipes, guys. What are you smoking on? I'm getting ready to get into some Perry Gayton, and we're going to jump into the review on that just in a minute, guys. But I need you to blow up those comments for me. I need to know what you're smoking on, what you're getting into, what you're eating, what you're drinking, what you're getting into, guys, because believe it or not, it's 420. How was that 420 for everybody? Oh man. Oh man, oh man, oh man. That was some pretty fire. All right, guys, I wanted to review this real quick because I'm trying to throw a review every day on this. This is Perry Gayton, not to be confused with Gary Payton. I'm like, wait a minute. This is Perry Gayton. This is by Elion, guys. And this is some fire stuff. This is actually a super indica. You know what? So on the 420 podcast, guys, I'm going to start doing a pairing, if you will. I recommend a Perry Gayton on this occasion. No, I'm recommending a pairing like we did Jack the Ripper for Paranormal Tuesday, or was it whatever we did? We did Jack the Ripper. We did Luke's Skywalker OG. So yeah, I'm gonna start doing like a pairing with everyone. So I'm gonna recommend, guys, for this true crime, I'm gonna recommend Indica Dominant that we smoke. Actually, I should probably do this before 420 now that everyone's smoked. I'm going to recommend an Indica Dominant, guys. This is something you're going to want to kick back and you're going to want to expand your mind. This story is insane. The story is nuts. So this is going to be like one where you're going to want to really, your mind's going to be blown that this kind of stuff goes on in the world. But, guys, Perry Gayton, want to make sure I say the name right. It's on sale actually at the Healing Center for $20 an eighth right now. Man, if you know Elion, you know that's a fire deal. So I would jump over there and get on it, guys. This is a very put you in the couch, put you in a mellow mood. Like I said, it elevates your mind. Kind of just gives you really good cotton mouth too. I don't know if there is such a thing as good cotton mouth, but yeah, man, you know it's working when you got the cotton mouth. All right, so that's what I'm recommending, guys. I'm going to give it a blunt and a half. I like it. I like it a lot. It has the legs. Yeah, it has the legs. We haven't really figured out a real system for scoring yet, so a blunt and a half is pretty good. I recommend it, guys, especially at that price point. Go check that out, guys. But as we discussed, it is True Crime Thursday, guys. Now, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the urban legend Slenderman. Now, what this came about was, I think it was a student project, actually, but this hit the internet. This is a relatively brand new urban legend, if you will. It was a story that's called a creepy pasta, and what that is, I sound so old. I had to learn about this from my kids. But what a creepypasta is, guys, is just a tale that someone writes on the internet, a scary story, and it gets posted on these websites and it gets shared and blah blah blah. Well, this one became really, really like the urban lore of it popped up. I believe this is like relatively new, 2015, 2014. This story just started popping up. And then, wouldn't you know, there's been sightings. There's been different things that have popped up, just all based off of this story. And one in particular, one in particular, guys, is the story of these 3 or 4 young ladies. I believe they were 9 to 12 years old, really young, at a slumber party, and according to a couple of them, Slenderman showed up and chaos ensued, and one little girl ended up stabbed, bleeding out to death, but didn't die. Luckily, well, we're gonna get into all that, guys. But man, this is a great story to get into for true crime. It kind of, and with us, we talk a lot of paranormal. It kind of bleeds over, but really with young minds, it kind of shows how myth can become reality, if you will. So we're going to get into this right now, guys. Get out your handy dandy notebooks. We're going to solve a crime. Well, it's already been solved, but you guys know what I mean. All right, here we go, guys.
Came upon a 12-year-old female. She appears to be stabbed.
She appears to be what?
Stabbed.
Stabbed?
Correct.
On May 31st, 2014, a man on a morning bicycle ride in Waukesha, Wisconsin, happened upon a young girl lying in the grass, drenched in her own blood. As he would soon find out, this 12-year-old was Peyton Leitner, the survivor of the Slenderman stabbing.
And straight up called the Slenderman stabbing, too. Hey, make sure you're giving a big shout out to the Horror Shack, guys. These guys are providing us our little bit of content today.
The day before, Leitner had been celebrating her best friend's birthday. Little did she know that this preteen slumber party was really just a ploy to lure her into the woods and murder her. A sinister plot hatched up months before by that same best friend, Morgan Geyser. The case quickly became a national news story, and not just because of the appalling youth of the perpetrators. Instead, it was their motive that struck fear in the hearts of parents everywhere. The two 12-year-olds had decided to stab their friend and leave her for dead in order to prove their dedication to a creepy internet meme, Slenderman. 2 years before the Slenderman stabbing, Peyton Leitner and Morgan Geyser became friends when Leitner sat down next to Geyser in the school cafeteria. She was sitting all by herself, and I didn't think anyone should have to sit by themselves, Leitner explained.
I made friends with her when I saw that she didn't have any friends at all.
When asked if she felt bad for stabbing one of her best friends, Morgan Geyser said, "I thought about it, but then I decided that remorse would get me nowhere. It's easier to live without regrets." Before long, the two were inseparable. Like any other young suburban girls, they had sleepovers, played together, and created their own inside jokes. Geyser nicknamed Leitner Bella, and they became best friends. Leitner said she loved her friend's sense of humor, as well as her wild imagination, which often expressed itself in drawings. That all changed, however, when the two girls entered 6th grade and Geyser made a new friend, Anissa Wire. "I didn't like Anissa at all," said Leitner. "I just hung out with her because I knew Morgan really loved her as a friend. But she was always cool to me. I feel like she was jealous that Morgan was friends with me and her." Anissa Wire said she truly believed Slenderman was real, and she stabbed her friend in order to prove his existence to the rest of the world.
Dang. Man, these kids are so young to be involved in something like this. So, it sounds like the one girl was jealous of the new friend and kind of, I don't know, man. That's just insane. And then the one girl absolutely believed that Slenderman was real. Like, wow. So this case just keeps getting, it thickens and thickens, guys. You know what blows me away is that they lured this young girl out. Well, I mean, they were all young girls. They lured this girl out like they had a plan. Like, we're going to get her out and we're going to make the slumber party and then we're going to bring her out into the woods and then this is what we're going to do. That's creepy, man. I mean, for young kids, like, for anybody, I always hate that. when you hear stories of like the person not knowing. Anyway, guys, let's get back into this. The plot thickens here.
Wire lived in the same apartment complex as Geyser, and the two began riding to school together. They also bonded over their shared interest in the popular internet meme, Slenderman. As their friendship grew, so did this interest, and soon it started to border on an obsession. I told Morgan that it scared me and that I didn't like it, said Leitner, but she really liked it and thought it was real. Still, Leitner remained friends with Geyser. She didn't want to leave the girl sitting all alone during lunch, as she had found her that day 2 years before. Peyton Leitner had good reason to be scared. In fact, the only reason Slenderman exists is to scare people. Nearly 5 years to the day before the Slenderman stabbing, a humor site called Something Awful organized a Photoshop contest that asked users to take a regular photograph and make it scary. In one image, Slenderman's creator added the caption, "We didn't want to go. We didn't want to kill them, but its persistent silence and outstretched arms horrified and comforted us at the same time." Eric Knudsen, also known by his username Victor Surge, took inspiration from H.P. Lovecraft and Stephen King to create his submission. His photographs, which depicted a tall, thin figure photoshopped into the background of old black and white pictures with children playing, quickly drew the attention of horrified website visitors. Almost immediately, the figure was given his name, Slenderman, and people from around the globe began building on his myth. Just 10 days after the Slenderman photos were first posted, a YouTube channel called Marble Hornets released a fictional found footage series about a creepy, slender figure stalking a film student. Slenderman has no face, long arms, always wears a suit, and often has tentacles growing out of his back. It was a viral success, and soon more series and even a few homemade video games made their debuts. Many of these, all in homage to Slenderman, were posted on the popular site Creepypasta for anyone to read. According to these creepypasta stories, Slenderman was a tall, faceless man with long arms and tentacles coming out of his back. He existed to prey on children, luring them into the woods and convincing them to kill others in order to become members of his proxy. Around December of 2013, Morgan Geyser suggested to Anissa Wire that they should become proxies for Slenderman. Of course, this meant they had to kill someone in order to show their dedication to the fictional figure. Wire was immediately on board, and together they started plotting the demise of Geyser's best friend, Peyton Leitner.
That's insane. Oh my god, man. So, sounds like these kids just got so wrapped up in this myth, this urban legend. And then, that's crazy. The internet, man. The internet has done things like, me and my girlfriend were just talking about this, about pre-internet. And you had like these urban legends, if you will. Richard Gere and the Gerbil. You guys know about that. What was it? Bon Jovi had AIDS. There was all these urban legends. But it was amazing because it wasn't just my hometown where this urban legend, it was all across America, from Arizona to New York. This is was an urban legend that had happened. And it just blows my mind that this pre-internet, that these things could get out and exist. Bloody Mary, the kind of like the stuff pre-internet. So now add the internet into that, and then add 10,000 minds adding to this story instead of just one, and then times that by another 10,000 of people reading it, telling other people, and then sharing it. Man, you could really, really, really go viral. Like I said, you could make an urban legend and make it real, just by the use of the internet. Man, the internet has done some crazy stuff, and obviously these young girls thought that it was real, and they wanted to become proxies for the Slenderman, which blows my mind. But so crazy.
I was excited because I wanted proof that he existed, because there were a bunch of skeptics out there saying he didn't, she said. For months, they coordinated the Slenderman stabbing, whispering and using codenames in public so as to not raise suspicion.
So they were obsessed with proving he was real.
For the killing, we would use words like itch. This was their plan, Invite Leitner to Geyser's birthday party, where the three girls would be alone together. Kill Leitner. Pack their bags and walk to Slenderman's mansion, which they believed stood in the Chowamaga-Nicolet National Forest in northern Wisconsin.
Oh, damn,
Here,
they straight
they
up
would
had
be
a plan
welcomed
and everything.
with long, open arms. You have no idea how difficult it was not to tell anyone, Geyser said. It was a flawless plan, actually. On the day of Geyser's 12th birthday party, the birthday girl and her accomplice went to Wire's house before picking up their victim. Here, they packed a backpack with clothes, granola bars, water bottles, and a photo of Wire's family. She didn't want to forget what they looked like when she was living at the Slenderman mansion. The parents of Morgan Geyser and Anissa Wire contemplate what could have driven their children to attempt murder. Once Leitner was picked up, Geyser's parents took the three girls to a roller rink called Skateland and then took them back home to sleep. In the morning, Peyton woke up to an empty room. She put on a t-shirt printed with a large heart, then went downstairs to find the other girls on the computer. Geyser asked her mother if they could go play in the nearby David's Park, and they were off. As the three 12-year-olds left Geyser's house, Morgan slyly lifted up the side of her jacket to show Wire a knife that she had stolen from the kitchen, now tucked into her waistband. They veered toward a bathroom in the park, where Geyser tried unsuccessfully to incapacitate Leitner. When this didn't work, Wire suggested that they go play hide-and-seek in a wooded area. Anissa told me to lie on the ground and cover myself in sticks and leaves and stuff to hide, Leitner said, but it was really just a trick to get me down there. With Leitner on the ground, Wire told Geyser, "Go ballistic, go crazy." Morgan jumped on her best friend, pulled out the knife, and started stabbing. When Geyser finally climbed off of her, Leitner screamed, "I hate you. I trusted you."
Did she try to get up? Yeah, she tried to get up. She said that she couldn't see, she couldn't walk, and just that she couldn't breathe.
The 12-year-old told Leitner to lay down while they went to get help, something that the murderous girls had no intention of doing. After they left, Peyton mustered up enough courage to move her body out of the woods and into a place where she could be spotted.
Oh, damn. Damn. Okay, so what blows my mind on some of that is like, so that they thought it was the real deal. They brought snacks. They brought water. They're like, hey, I don't want to forget what my family looks like when I'm living in Slenderman's mansion. So, like, I mean, they did their research, man. Like, oh, you know, but it boils down to, man, you know, and I tried to be on top of it, and I think it was pretty good, but I mean, for the most part, I should have been a little more on top of, you know, in hindsight. But man, you got to watch what your kids are looking at, especially at a young age, on the internet. My God, like, they really believe this. They're like, they wanted to prove to everybody. They're like, we're gonna go live in this dude's mansion. That's just wow. And that could have led to a lot more worse stuff than just, I mean, this is horrible, but I mean, if they would have got on a chat room and some guy's like, yeah, I have a mansion you can come live at, and then you never see these girls again. I mean, there's so many different ways it could have went. Horrible, man. All right.
Not long later, Greg Steinberg noticed the young girl while out for his morning bike ride. An ambulance soon arrived at the Wisconsin park, and Peyton was rushed to the hospital. Her parents were there when she came in, covered in blood. It took 2 nurses to count her stab wounds. There were 19 in total. During 6 hours of intensive surgery, doctors patched up the girl's critical wounds. 2 had hit major organs, damaging her liver and stomach. The one that had punctured her chest near her heart was considered a miracle. If the knife had gone a width of human hair further, she wouldn't have lived, Dr. John Kellerman said after operating on Leitner. When Leitner woke up after surgery, relying on an intubation tube in her lungs to breathe, her first thoughts were, did they get them? Are they in custody? Are they still out? By then, the girls who had committed the Slenderman stabbing were indeed in custody. The Waukesha County Police Department had begun their search for them directly after Leitner was taken to the hospital. A few hours later, they found Geyser and Wire walking near the highway. They were carrying a backpack filled with granola bars and the kitchen knife they used on their friend. Although they had stopped at a Walmart to wash their friend's blood from the knife and their hands, their clothes were still spotted in red. The girls confessed immediately.
Oh my God.
Who's he? A man. I didn't know him.
It was weird. I felt no remorse. I thought I would, she said. I actually felt nothing. While the girls were being held at the police station, investigators combed through their personal belongings. In Morgan Geyser's bedroom and middle school locker, they found notebooks with writings and drawings about Slenderman. Alongside some of the drawings were phrases such as, "I want to die," and "help me escape my mind." Her browser history, however, was the most telling. In looking through the Geyser home computer, there were literally thousands of internet searches that were done. How to get away with murder? What kind of insane am I? She was searching these things ahead of time, said one officer. For the Slenderman stabbing, Morgan Geyser and Anissa Weier were charged with attempted first-degree intentional homicide, and they were taken to the West Bend Juvenile Facility. They were charged as adults rather than as minors, and faced up to 65 years in prison. With a $500,000 bail each, their families could not afford to bring them home before the trial. Anissa Weier was diagnosed with shared psychotic disorder after her arrest and received 25 years in a mental health institution for her crimes. Because of this, the girls' mothers went to visit them every week. Initially, she really behaved like a caged animal, Angie Geyser said of her daughter Morgan. Her hair was wild.
Wow. Ooh, man. That's insane. Like, you know what part creeped me out is when she's like, "It was a man. I didn't know him, but Anissa knew him." Like, oh my God, like 12 years old. I was riding bicycles, and worst thing I did was trying to steal hood emblems. Remember when that was cool? Cadillac hood emblems, make them into keychains. But man, wow, crazy story so far. Wow. And you know what? Just that poor girl, man. She had, I know. Oh man. Anyway, just insane. Let's finish this up, guys. All right.
Before the trial, Geyser underwent a mental health examination and was diagnosed with schizophrenia. In the 3 years between her arrest and the trial, she was treated for her mental illness and made significant progress. However, when the trial dates were set in 2017, the factor of mental illness could not be ignored. Geyser pleaded guilty to the charges against her, and many of her doctors testified for the now teenaged girl. While it was determined that she no longer presented serious psychotic symptoms, she was still hearing voices at the time of the trial. Ultimately, the jury found Morgan Geyser not criminally responsible for the Slenderman stabbing due to her mental illness. She was sentenced to 40 years in a mental health institution. Between her arrest and her trial, Morgan Geyser was treated for schizophrenia. It was later determined that she had been experiencing visual hallucinations since she was 3 years old. When Weier pleaded guilty to a lesser charge, second-degree murder, the jury had a similar finding. It was believed that she had experienced shared psychotic disorder and could not be held responsible for her part in the stabbing of Peyton Leitner. She was sentenced to 25 years in a mental health institution. At the end of the Geyser trial, she said between sobs,
"I just want to let Ella and her family know I'm sorry. I never meant this to happen."
Since the Slenderman case captivated the media in 2014 and came to a close in 2017, people around the nation have been left to wonder, what is lurking just beyond our children's screens, waiting to turn them into a murderous monster? Leitner wants all parents to be more open with their kids about what is real and what is fake on the internet. As a reaction to the Slenderman stabbing, the internet phenomenon behind the case petered out. Marble Hornets concluded their web series inspired by the myth in 2014, and Creepypasta issued a statement saying that Slenderman was indeed fictional. The site that may have started it all also organized a fundraiser for Leitner. And with that, the myth reached its end. As for the people that watched the case unfold, and especially the girls and families involved, the stain of this tragedy has not disappeared so easily. This should be a wake-up call for all parents, said Waukesha Police Chief Russell Jack. The internet has changed the way we live. It is full of information and wonderful sites that teach and entertain. The internet can also be full of dark and wicked things. 5 years after her attack, Peyton Leitner agrees. Parents need to talk to their kids directly, saying, "This is not real, this is fake," she said. Because of what she went through as a preteen, 17-year-old Peyton Leitner now plans to pursue a career in the medical industry. Because the two girls mistook a creepy story on the internet for reality, and because their mental illnesses took this belief to the next level, Leitner still struggles to trust the people in her life, especially new friends. But her ordeal has also given her a new perspective. When asked recently what she would say to Geyser if she got a chance, Leitner said, "I would probably initially thank her. I would say just because of what she did, I have a life now. I really, really like it, and I have a plan. I didn't have a plan when I was 12, and now I do because of everything I went through." As of 2019, Leitner is 17 years old and a senior in high school. In the fall of 2020, she hopes to attend college and pursue a career in the medical field. As for the other 17-year-old girls involved in the case, their mental health treatment has changed their lives, and they are both expected to remain in institutional care. As Angie Geyser said about her daughter, Morgan lives in reality now.
Wow, man, that's heavy. Ooh, that was heavy. But hey, man, all's well that ends well. So, the girls are getting tear it up for a second. Girls are getting treatment that they so needed. And then the other girl lived. Like she said, man. That's kind of stuff that sticks with you forever. God bless her. But yeah, you know what? That's awesome. All well that ends well. Horrible story. But man, if it can change people's lives moving forward, then like she said, it was worth it. Wow, insane, guys, insane. It's one of those ones you don't have words for. All right, because that was True Crime Thursday, guys. All right, we're going to get out of here, guys. Make sure you tune in at 7:10 tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Friday. Oh, we got a Baked and Unboxed, guys. Don't forget to, do I have anything to unbox? Oh, I always got stuff to unbox. Make sure you're tuning in tomorrow, guys. We're going to do the 7:10 morning show, and then your 4:20 will be Baked and Unboxed at 4:20, guys. And we'll be doing giveaways and having a good time. So make sure you're tuning in tomorrow. That's the big one, guys. That's the one you want to tune into. Well, you want to tune into them all. Come on, let's be honest. All right, guys, I appreciate each and every one of you. Man, hopefully you all are having a great day. One more day, guys, and it's the weekend. Big shout out to all the usual suspects: Mike, Teresa Deller, Anthony, Susie, Kingman Crew, what's up, Cade, Jeremy, Chantel, can't forget about the great and powerful Chantel. Hopefully you guys are doing good. Everyone else who's up and on here, appreciate each and every one of you guys. Oh man. Prizes. I talked to Anthony. Everything. If Mike, I need to get with you. I'm gonna text you later on. And then Kingman Crew, I think I'll be up your way on Tuesday of next week. So we can plan on meeting up so you guys can get all your stuff. And then anyone else, guys, I'll be available on Friday on the weekend to meet up. Teresa Deller is hanging with fam. So I'm stepping up, guys, and I'm delivering the stuff. All right, guys, appreciate you, man. We're creeping in on the 40-minute mark, so I need to get out of here and quit bugging you guys. All right, I will see you at 7:10. We got a good one. We got the worst craziness of something going on. All right, see you at 7:10, guys. See ya.
Thank you for joining us on the It's 420 Somewhere podcast. Broadcasting worldwide and brought to you by thedailydank.com. Check out our merchandise and amazing content. And follow us on all our social media. Now, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.